Welcome back, 6th grade clarinet players who are playing part 1. In other words, if it says first clarinet on Atlantis, okay? I'm going to record from the beginning to measure 29. I'm going to stop when I get to 29 just to kind of break this into chunks. Here again, it's always better to practice in chunks than to practice the whole song beginning to end, especially when you're first learning it, okay? Before we start, I do want to remind you about a couple of those high notes, okay? They are still relatively new for us. We know how to do them. We've done them before. We've been working on them in the B-flat scale. Remember how I told you guys you had to play all your B's like that? Okay? We're going to use some of those, okay? So I want to make sure we remember everything before I just launch you off into the song, okay? If I look at the top line of Atlantis, I am going to see some high C's, okay? Guess what? Top note of the C scale. What did I just tell you about playing those lovely high notes? Almost like I knew what I was talking about, okay? So remember 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bottom pinky, one like that, and of course my register key to make it pop high, okay? I've got C's. The B's in this part are actually all B flat pinches here at the top, so life is good there, okay? If I look a little further on, we have in the, let's see, measure 11, 10, 9, measure 9, we have E flats. We started playing those in the A flat scale before we left. Remember, 2 fingers and banana key, or 2 fingers and the side key makes that E flat, okay? So it's like a D, not an E. Other than that, looks pretty good. Further on, past 20, we have some more C's and E's. Remember, guys, it always follows the rule in the clarinet that if you take away a finger, you go up one letter of the alphabet. So C, D, E, okay? Remember the E's are the top spaces. Space is spelled F-A-C-E, right? So the E's will be in the top space. The D's will be on the top of that 4th line, every good boy deserves. And the C's, of course, will be in that 3rd space. Space is spelled F-A-C, okay? C's, D's, E's, I think you have one F, okay? Obviously, if this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, right? Okay? And then the only other thing, and we did this in Thunderbolt Fanfare, so this is not new, there is a high E flat in measure, let's say, 28, 26, measure 27. There is a high E flat. Now, the high E flat, we did this in Thunderbolt, but remember, it's a D, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do the top pinky, okay? It always feels really close to me. So that's that one, okay? This is going to go slow because I'm going to help, because I want to make sure you have time to move your fingers and stuff. So I am not playing this super fast. If you get comfortable with this, I'm going to bump the speed up on that YouTube settings bar down there where it says playback speed and you want to increase it, you're more than welcome to. But I'm going to go slow for right now just so you can practice those high notes. So here is the beginning of Atlantis. We have how many beats of rest? Hopefully you just said 7, right? Okay. Here we go. Starting on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. One and 2, here's measure 12. Rest, rest. See again. With the pinky. Cool. So just to make sure you feel good about that, go back before 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 measures where you have the C and then the D and then the E and then the F and then that E flat. You're going to go from F to E flat. I do want to practice that spot one more time with you. I'm going to start on the C. I'm going to stand up for a second so you can better see what my fingers do. So I'm going to start on that C and then play the D and then the E and then the F and then the E flat and then the D and then the C. Okay? It's just take away fingers and kind of add them back down, but just not quite in our same order. So I'm going to stand up so you can see especially my right hand. So this is how this is going to go. Here's our C. My pinky is down. Rest. 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 Adding all of them with your top pinky. Rest. Bottom. So it's that E flat that kind of makes things a little strange there. Just wanted to make sure you could see what my fingers are doing, just in case you're having problems getting that E flat out, okay? Anyways, there's the first half of Atlantis. Happy practicing.